Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So thanks for all the nice comments last week on my own What's in the Bag, Why in the Bag.
Yours was good.
It was good, yeah, it was good. It was fun. To be honest, it felt like a 10-minute video that went on for 24 minutes.
Yeah, well, I think every single club had so many things to chat about. So many things.
Never really kind of thought about my bag as much as I have thought about those 14 clubs. So, but more importantly, we're here to talk about your bag, Matty boy. Similar thing. I mean, you've pretty much replaced everything but two or three clubs.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, 11 clubs are new.
Yep. So
which is a lot.
We are deeper into the season. You've played a decent amount of golf.
Tons of golf, yeah, tons of golf.
20, 30 rounds?
At least, yeah.
Yep, so you've got a good feel for how the stuff's performing.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people will be curious to hear the driver sort of experience now that you've had some rounds under your belt with Mav versus your LST.
Definitely.
I know how well you hit that one.
That will be a good one because it is probably the biggest focus for me right now.
Yeah.
In terms of getting the settings and stuff right, but we'll probably go there last, or you want to go there first? Driver
you
first?
You tell me.
Let's do driver first. Driver first. So the driver, probably the first thing, I think some people might not know that we ended up going with Sub-Zero. Yeah. We've mentioned it a million times, but regular Maverick, good, a little too upright.
Yeah. It was definitely too upright.
It was like 7-8 degrees upright. So we did do the Sub-Zero initially with weight in the back. We kind of played with it back and forth. I've been playing with the 10.5.
Yeah, weight forward.
So on the golf course, I've hit lots of good shots. The only thing that occurs, I find, with the weight forward is the high-ish strike is rough. Like it's bad.
Right.
So
knuckles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely knuckles. So what I think I'm going to do for the rest of this year is go with the 9.
Right.
Put the weight at the back to just kind of stabilize that a bit. And also going with the 9, as I said to you, is a bit of a training aid because I need to get some dynamic loft back in my swing. I'm just leaning it too much, and the 10.5 kind of lets me get away with it.
Now, could you stay in the 10.5, go with the tour sleeve that delivers less loft and achieve the flatter lie angle at the same time?
We could probably do that too.
You could probably do that. I'm just thinking of different ways to get what you want but add even more in there. I think the tour sleeve might even take you to a different dimension because it would flatten you down a little bit.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And it presets the loft down a degree. So you could end up at 9.5 as your starting loft, plus you get the benefits of going with a flatter lie angle as well.
Yeah, good idea.
So maybe we'll probably give both a try. And
we can give, I mean, I'm lucky that I've been able to use the fitting one for now and kind of get that experience, but the final driver, the tour sleeve probably makes sense.
I think that could be pretty good. Okay, shaft-wise?
The shaft won't change, obviously. Everyone saw that from the fit video.
Yeah, been good for you, isn't it?
It's great. It is great. Same as yours, basically.
Yeah.
3-wood. Sort of the same, but different.
Yeah, we modified it. We decided when we done your fit earlier in the year we weren't going to touch the head because we like you playing 4-wood.
I agree.
But you thought maybe the IZ wasn't quite kind of to your taste?
This has been way better on the course. I like it a lot.
You've always done so well with that. Whether it's driver or fairway wood, you've always hit that shaft
Kind of needed to be in the bag at some point for something.
I know.
Every time we use it, it's so good, and then I never play with it.
Weight setting and hosel setting on that?
So this is at -7.
That's right, so you're playing at 15.75.
So 15.75, and it's the same amount flat, I believe.
Right.
So it's a left-handed sleeve, so I won't confuse people with what it is, but that's what it does.
Neutral weight in the toe?
Yeah, it's neutral now.
Okay.
We've talked about it in the toe. Ball flight, I haven't hooked any with it.
Right.
It's been quite good.
Okay.
So I think the shaft helps with that. I think I'm controlling the face better. So I'm actually quite happy with the way it is. It doesn't need the right side protection to the same degree for now.
Cool.
This has been Frankenstein a bit. So
this has been love, hate, love.
Love, hate, love. I don't know where it is right now, to be honest. It might be back to the hate again.
Oh, is it? Oh, no.
It's all my swing, though. I just haven't hit many great shots with it recently.
Right.
So what I did, I may still get a new hybrid later in the year, but what I did...
I think you should. At this point. I mean, it's kind of done well for you, but like you said, you've Frankensteined it because of the fit we done with the Sim and the Ghost, which you really liked.
I wanted it to be like what you fit me for in that video. Right. So I think I took half an inch off. And did the work myself, so that might be part of the issue. Half an inch off, and then I lead taped it back to get it to, I think it's about D3 or so.
Right, okay.
So it's better for sure. I prefer it shorter with a bit more weight in the head. It's better. But I think
what length did you cut it to?
I don't know what the number is. I just took half an inch off.
Oh, you took half an inch off. Okay, so you'll be right now about... You'll be
39 and a half.
Well, 40 probably.
Probably 40.
Yeah, standards at 40 and a half. So
I like it a hell of a lot more. It sits flatter now with the length too.
Yeah, it will do.
So it's definitely way better, but I've never had quite the same feel as I had with the one that you fit me for. So I may end up ordering that.
Today we have a gap for a video. Today's video we are going to fit Matt to a hybrid. That's going in today's.
Sure.
That's done. Why not?
But I feel like we already. No, we didn't do that. You're right. It's been okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we didn't do that twice in the same calendar year, and people will be like, "You've already been fitted."
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
Let's do that. Let's add that in.
The irons, we've definitely talked enough about them. The irons are probably my favorite thing of the year that we've done.
Yeah, you've really got those specced out where you like them. You've loved that X7 shaft.
So nice.
Yeah.
I think especially if I had to pinpoint something that is way better with this set of irons, all the short irons.
Okay.
I feel like I hit those a lot more consistently, strike them better. I think the ball flight looks better.
Right.
So I've been super, super happy with them. It's good. Like there's a few holes at my course, 4 and 5 iron off the tee, and they're better. Remember we talked to the PGA show, like I just used to hit just head high 4 irons that were useless.
Just weren't flighted for you, yeah.
It hasn't been a problem now. So
good.
I think a lot of that is just helping timing with the shaft, and the head maybe is a little bit more low CG in the long irons. I'm not sure, but the flight of them is definitely it's better.
Good. Well, we gapped those and tried to sort of make sure that was part of the progression, that you didn't have those little low spots from a peak height standpoint.
That was the issue, that the 4 iron was a good 25, 30 feet lower. So they've definitely come back up in that sense.
Okay. Talk to us a little bit about the grip choice for you. I mean, you've been kind of in some different grips over the last little while.
So when we first started testing Arccos, I got the Lampkin UTX. I found them to be just a little thin feeling, I guess.
It wasn't my favorite grip.
I think if you like a small grip, they're perfect.
Yeah.
I personally didn't think it was an issue for me until I kind of tested these, and I was like, oh, that feels nice. So the +4 thing, I think, probably for the foreseeable future, is no brainer. I really like the feel of that. I've got them on everything.
Reduced taper is picking up
is that right?
more popularity, no question. Yeah.
I can see why. Yeah. I mean, I was feeling a little kind of bit of like hand pain with the other ones because there was just no cushion there.
Right.
So I don't think these feel huge. These are actually just standard size.
Did you ever have the UTX on that shaft? Or did those grips go on that? Because remember, the butt size of these is a little bit larger as well.
So maybe that's part of it.
So you're probably feeling like you've got probably like 3 wraps of tape.
So it's not a mid-size quite, but it's sort of heading in that direction.
Heading in that direction. It's definitely a little larger for
That makes sense. That makes sense for sure. No, I only had the UTX on my Strixon irons. Yeah. So when these came in, Mikey built them with these Arccos grips.
Beautiful.
Fancy ferrules from Mikey too.
BBF.
The wedges, I guess, are the interesting one. So I played some golf with the zip cores when we first got them.
Yeah.
But obviously the Mizunos are the ones that we decided on.
Those coming for you, yeah.
They're actually being built right now. But
talk to us a little bit about the wedges, because you've been doing a lot of short game work.
Yeah, definitely. I would say with the wedges, I think I've started using more of the middle loft wedge. Right. I never used to do that. So it'll be a 55 in this case. Talking with Gareth about different shots, like just the amount of times you really do need the 60 is not as much as I thought.
Right.
Even like partial shots, like I was hitting some 70-yard shots just with like a 56.
Yeah.
So those are shots I'm hitting more of now. So I think the wedge composition is just a little bit easier now to go. The 60 is going to be the low bounce one. Yeah. It's just for certain situations. I can add bounce by opening it.
Definitely.
And then the middle wedge, having more bounce, I can just use that when I need it, right? Yeah. So I think before my wedge game was so limited, it was just like the 60 kind of had to do everything, which as you know, it can't. Yeah. So I think I've just been more comfortable with these because I just have a little more options in terms of technique than I did before. One
of the things I'm really looking forward to doing more of when we get outdoors is actually testing on this type of thing. So the functionality of going with lower lofted clubs for basic pitch shots around the green.
Yes.
Still see so many people default to their 60 or 58 around the greens.
Way too many.
And I really think it hurts their proximity.
I know it does.
It definitely does. Definitely does. So I want to do some testing on that and apply kind of the strokes gains sort of formula to that and start to give you guys an idea of why you really shouldn't always depend on your 60 for every shot round about the green.
So I'm excited about the wedges for sure.
Yep. Those S400s.
Oh yeah, sorry. And I think that might be a big one too.
Yeah.
I really prefer S400s.
Okay.
I don't know that there's any real reason that I can point to, but hitting wedges, especially full swings with S400 versus the Motuses, There's no, it might just be a field preference, but I just really like the field around the greens. So.
Okay, and you were coming out of Modus 130s, going into S400 132s.
Yes.
Okay.
So similar weight category, obviously, but and then Old Faithful putter is modified.
Modified,
but
yeah.
Still here.
We had a little tweak to it, so you're still in the Bobby Grace.
An inch came off.
That's right.
Which was great. I think you had some really good points on balance point of this was excessively low.
Yeah, because of the
balance
graphite.
of the shaft.
Yeah.
So taking the weight off, it kind of made the swing weight, I don't remember the number, but it was much more reasonable. The length is more comfortable in terms of my posture. So I've definitely been putting a little bit better with this recently. It will probably stay for the most part.
We just had a little discussion off camera, and you were saying that you feel like at times it can potentially be a little hot on short putts.
And it's not hot for the reason I thought.
Yeah.
So it's literally from the amount of forward roll that's produced.
The contribution to the roll.
And it's more than is needed, it seems like.
Yeah.
So I think I'm lucky in a sense that my stroke produces enough forward roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the only issue is that this face technology is so good
that
I think it's adding and adding and adding. So
which is rare.
It's pretty rare. And it's
really rare.
And Gareth said that to me. He's kind of looking at the thing. He's like, why are you rolling it so much forward? I'm like, I don't know.
What are you doing over there?
Well, we're trying to make a video about like what most people do.
Yeah.
And he's like, hit a putt, try to make it skid a bit. It's like forward rolling like 250. He's like, you're not going to be able to do this, are you? Like, I'm like, probably not.
Right.
So I definitely need to work on my putting before I make any decision as to whether the face might be not quite right for me.
Right.
But if it does come out that I seem to sort of forward roll it too much, and I'm lucky to play on pretty fast greens.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I'm kind of blasting my 5-footers a little too far past the hole.
Okay.
The entry speed's a bit off, so keep an eye on it. I do like it. Like, I don't want it to go, but I also don't want to have to baby putts to keep it from blasting past.
Another one I think though that we can start to take our scientific approach to testing to the course and start to apply it to the the real world if you like, and let's maybe pick a couple of options that we think could be nice alternatives to that, and then obviously we can take quad outside and we can get on greens and let's put you 6 feet above the hole on a slick one.
And this is exactly the point. And so I almost 4-putted at one point filming the other day because I was above the hole at Red Tail, great greens, and Gareth's just kind of standing there. I just did it. And he's like, you hit everything with an entry speed that really had little to no chance of going in. Right. So exactly what you said. I think I can produce good numbers here. I'm focused on the video, and you can definitely putt with it, but I obviously get a little bit more hot with it on the course. So that will be a good one.
That will definitely be a good one. I think more of those real world tests for us the rest of the summer will be really good.
I think it just adds to your sort of depth of knowledge to it. There's obviously tremendous value to everything we do in here, but there's always a little flavor of the outside that will be fun to see.
No question.
And measure.
Golf ball?
Been playing TP5X.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, people are gonna be surprised. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I get a little steep and kind of nervy sometimes out on the golf course, and I tend to spin up irons. I've never had an issue stopping it on the course. So I can't say for sure that it's in the perfect spin window. It may not be. But in terms of actual results, I've never had an issue with it yet where it's like, oh, that TP5X went way through the green. Hasn't happened yet. It's good in the wind.
It's funny, again, another idea for a video coming up very soon is, at what point does a spin less of a consideration when you have excess ball speed and launch, right? At what point does 4,500 spin actually do you zero harm?
Yeah, does it
because
actually
the ball's
work?
Going so high, and the terms of the rollout and the landing, and especially if you can still produce short game spin. Yeah. Maybe it's no problem.
And that's exactly what my experience has been. I played a few rounds playing Pro V1X, which I really like when we're testing. I know the numbers are perfect. Yeah. But a few shots into the wind that I'm not a great wind player, it's like I don't really want to come up that short when I feel like I've hit a good shot. So I got a sleeve of TP5X, and then I remember I mentioned to you, like, I played way better in the wind with it. So again, numbers wise, probably not great, but functionally with enough kind of ball speed and height, maybe it's just working. It's spinning fine on the wedges too.
And sort of firmness of the golf ball you're comfortable with, you're okay?
It doesn't bug me.
It doesn't bug you?
It doesn't bug me.
No.
Now, it may be interesting whether that, on the putter, sort of little firm feel, super rolly putt, maybe that's because I've been putting like a bit of a donkey, so that might not be helping. But I just like it a lot on the mid irons. It's just really, really nice.
Right. Any other sort of information? How's our Arcos going? How are you using the information? Are you deep in there, or are you just not quite there with it yet?
No, I'm definitely getting into it. I really like the caddy thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I like it a bit too much. Like when I'm playing a round that not big, like I'll play for $5 with certain guys at the club. I won't use it for that because it really feels like cheating, and it is obviously. But for a practice round, knowing I tend to under or overestimate wind directions a lot. I'll under and overestimate elevations.
Yeah.
That caddy number is honestly, it's really good.
Yeah.
So I love that. I just think I need more data.
Right.
I mean, there's no surprises in the data. I tend to be, better long game player than my handicap would indicate. Yeah. Tend to be quite a bit worse of a short game player than my handicap would indicate. So it's similar to kind of your dispersion. You definitely drive it and hit your irons on the plus side. And then you're a little higher on chipping, and then your putting's really good, obviously.
Chipping and approach for me are the two that are standout. Like my iron, it tells me I'm rubbish with my irons.
Really?
I have good days with them, but it tells me I'm like a 8 or 9.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like plus 4 or 5 with the driver, plus 3 or 4 with the putter.
So that's why. Yeah.
So my approach is not great. My sand play is okay, and my chipping it tells me I'm a rubbish chipper.
It is good. I mean,
Gareth,
I like it a lot. Well, we can talk about it now. The link thing is coming for us.
Yeah, it's going to be in this week, I believe.
So it didn't bother me a lot to play golf with my phone on the Arcos, but to be honest, I would definitely prefer it.
Yeah.
Going forward when I can just look at it after the round.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. And I know tons of people comment that, I see you guys like it, but I don't want to be on my phone the whole time. Fair enough.
Oh, I mean, I'm always at the start of every round, if I'm playing with people I don't know, I will say, guys, I'm not on my phone.
Yeah, just so you know,
this is data I'm trying to collect as I go around.
Because you feel conscious about it, right?
I'm not texting the boys, or
I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
not disengaged with the round and stuff like that. Because I'm always conscious that people go, why should we play this round with this guy on his phone the whole time?
He's literally sending a text every shot.
Yeah, I think the caddy link is going to be huge, just to be able to put the phone away and I still think it's good from time to time to be able to pull it out and kind of look at, like you said, the wind direction and adjust the pin placement. I found has been vital to get accurate stats on your approaches, things like that. So it's phenomenal information. It's an insight to the game. A lot of time I've never really thought of a lot of this stuff.
Well, it's helped me prioritize my practice a bit more because you tend to over-index on the stuff you're already good at, but it's just the perception of it. You don't think you're good at it, so you keep going and hitting balls. But really, short game is where most people should probably spend some time.
Where's the handicap at right now?
Somehow it's at 0.8.
Good.
So
really good.
Yeah, it's good. The only thing is, I had a couple good rounds around par at my club that helped it go from 2 something to that. I've played some high 70s since. Hasn't moved back though.
Interesting.
It's very weighted towards your recent good months, which is fine. I mean, it's fair enough. I don't want it to go up. Believe me. I'm just finding it interesting that I haven't played great the last few weeks and it hasn't really moved. So, I would love to see it kind of maybe tick the 0 mark at some point. Get below.
No, you definitely. I think just tightening up, the little loose ends on that, whether it's driving it a little bit tighter.
I need to drive it a bit better, and I need to putt a bit better. If I could hit probably 2-3 more fairways and get my putts 28-ish. I've had a few 31, 32 round or 32 putt rounds, way too many of those.
What does Arcos tell you your driving stats are out of interest?
It's mostly
what's your handicap?
I was at the start of the year +1, but lately it's been worse. I've been more I've been more like 6 or 7 because I've been spraying them a bit.
Interesting.
Not every hole, but it's enough that there's a couple holes at I've been mostly playing at my club. There's a couple holes that I can just seem to consistently hit it in the trees and then punch out. So it knows that bogey is coming from the driver.
Right. Okay.
So it's definitely moving in the wrong direction. But that being said, I don't think it would take much to bring it back. Right. It should be a strength. Yeah. Surely to God.
Yeah, I think at this point we definitely should see it that way, and it would be interesting to look at you. As from a fitting perspective on the course as well. Once we do get outside and
it's different, and
let's start to look at is it your start lines of the issues? Is it the way the ball curves? I mean, obviously in here we know you don't have an issue with any of that. So let's see what it is when we get out there.
It's definitely there's a performance gap. I won't tell you too much about it. Spending some time with Gareth, he said the same thing to me. He's like, it seems like you overperform indoors. Yeah. You greatly underperform outdoors. Yeah. And it's 100% true. So I think my process of playing golf needs a lot of help. Yeah. My alignment is a big problem on the golf course. I align myself very poorly, and in here I'm good because I have the aids to help me aim. So there's some I'm glad I've been aware of it because there's some big gaps between here and there that I just attributed to, well, you know, I'm not under pressure here, I'm under pressure there.
Yeah.
It's not really what it is, because I am under pressure here, but there's variables that I can control here that I can't control outside.
Yeah.
So the gap between here and outside is real, believe me, like it's pretty big. So it will be, when we play a few rounds, you may see some stuff that surprises you.
It'll be good to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good to see it. Okay, so so for the most part, you're set. Putter, we may do something with the putter.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Driver will be a little modification to whether we go 10-5 or 9, and how we can
and then the sleeve choice.
sync that up. Yeah, I think that could be pretty good.
Yeah.
Even if we build it up and try it, I think in the 10-5, and I'd be really curious to see if that gives you what you're looking for, and we'll get some numbers, get you outside, get some data. Again, let Arcos tell us whether it's from a strokes gain perspective is better or if not.
And that's where it really matters.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right, guys, the bags are set.
Yes.
We've got to get them outside and go get testing now.
Mid-July.
Mid-July, I know.
Season's half over.
Yeah. Well, we've got some good days lined up over the next couple of weeks. All leading up to our we've got a big match, a big kind of
do we have a date
battle? No, we don't just yet. But
late summer 2020.
It's August. I know it's in August.
Okay.
So August isn't far away though.
It
really isn't. I think it's within the next month. We have we've got another match against another YouTuber.
Some influencers.
Yeah, some other influencers in the space. So
nice.
We won't announce too much about it yet, but it will be a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, luckily we're as equipped as we're going to be.
I know.
Physically to do it. Mentally is a different story.
Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Let us know if you've got any questions for Matty about his bag and his setup and anything like that. We're going to dive into the hybrid later today. That's going to be on the Fit, and maybe a little modification coming soon, but we'll update you guys on that.
Love it.
All right, stay tuned. We'll see you again soon.